you've been thrown together in a very intense time. It's only natural to have these kinds of feelings.
Yeah, no, keep talking. You're doing good.
If you're not going to act on your feelings,
I'm not.
then you have nothing to feel guilty about.
Meanwhile, Annie's just going to run a mile every time he sees me.
Yeah, I can't answer that one for you. Sorry. Listen, I've got to run. I'm on your case this afternoon for Rick while she's at work.
Yeah, you go. Thank you for the talk.
Anytime, listen. Nothing to feel guilty about, you hear me?
Case wore himself out at the beach today. You should stay for a walk.
How did it go today?
It was good.
Has the captain behaved himself?
Yeah.
Wow. Chalk that up as another surprise. What did you get up to?
You know, just beach, gelato.
That's fun.
What was that for?
For talking me into this. Maybe you were right. Maybe he has changed.
Hey, Matt, you're here. And a greeting like that means everything's sweet? I need help. What's up? There's a guy who's smashed and he's being a massive tool to everyone. I can't get rid of him. Watch and learn, Matt. Where is he? He's just there.
His next dad.
Hey. I don't want things to be awkward between us.
Who said they were?
Andy, come on.
I've just got a lot going on right now.
Yeah, which is why you don't need another thing on your plate. We're friends. I want to support you through this.
That's the problem right there. I don't just want to be friends. I want more than that. And don't start telling me that I'm all messed up, because I know what I'm feeling. And it's real, Hannah. I still love you.
Where are you going?
Just anywhere but here.
Andy?
I can't do this. It's too hard, us just trying to be friends.
Let's talk about it.
They just stay away from me.
Seriously, Gav, you need to go home now.
What? And miss having time with you? Come on, give us a cuddle.
I'm calling you a cab.
If I'm going home, you're coming with me.
Is this how you prove to Nate that you're a better man now?
Well, I don't see him anywhere around, do you?
Yeah. You need to leave.
Oh, come on, you love it.
No, you know what? I've been polite with you all day, and I'm over it. If you don't go now, I'm going to call the cops.
Whoa. Look, I'm really, really sorry. Okay? You know, you just need to, loosen up.
Get off me! Leave! Now!
Hey. Next time, on Home and Away.
He was kind of acting sleazy all day.
We go to our mate at his old man's crib. Talk to me.
His car hit a tree.
Do you have a name?
Cops are still looking for an ID.
His name's Gavin Cooper. He's my father. There's still no clear motive.
I seem to be the only one that's concerned that we're letting a murderer walk free.
G'day, Charlotte.
Trevor Gunson.
Sure, mate, Tristan's told you all about me.
What do you want? Let's get one thing straight. I call the shots here. If you think now that Tristan's out of the picture, you're off the hook. Think again.
It's fantastic to see the X-Files back, and it's clear last week's
No,
Mulder and Scully reunion set the interweb on fire. Be here at 9 o'clock for more. Then the search is on for a twisted fire starter.
Sounds vaguely amateur this morning. But just like in Hollywood, there's a happy ending to this tale.
Yes, and we contacted the jewellers to find out a bit more about the item in question. They said they are called our diamond leaf earrings and have just over 22 carats altogether, set in purple titanium and 18 carat white gold. We were
But no, they didn't find it. They found bits of it.
It's always sunny somewhere. Thomas Cook, sponsors of the ITV Central Weather.
Good evening. Plenty of sunshine around today to enjoy, although it has been rather cold. It looks as though we'll do it all over again tomorrow. Unfortunately, there is potentially some wintry weather on the way for Wednesday, and it's because we've got this high pressure at the moment. It's right on top of us. The winds are going to die out. That will allow temperatures to dip away quite significantly, but it's also going to give us a block of air that's going to come up against a band of rain that's out in the Atlantic. We'll talk about that in a moment.
Oh,
What
sharp
it does
frost
mean is
tonight.
a sharp frost
Frost's
tonight.
definitely freezing.
Temperatures down to around -6 in the countryside, possibly even lower than that. That's likely to be the likes of Worcestershire, Herefordshire, into Warwickshire, even in towns and cities down around the freezing to -2 mark. So cold night to come, 1 or 2 slippery surfaces possible. It also gives us a bit of a frosty start today tomorrow, but so don't adjust your set. That is a lot of sunshine. Gin clear skies, as we call them. It's not going to last too long if you're out towards the west, because we'll start to see some hazy clouds moving in, and even then we'll see a little bit of sunshine. Another chilly old day in spite of the wind swinging around to a southerly direction, 5 or 6 the high, and then that rain hits that cold air on Wednesday.
Thomas Cook, sponsors of the ITV Central Weather.
Before we go, let's give you a reminder of tonight's top stories on ITV News Central. A survivor of cruelty by 2 former workers at a children's care home in Coventry has waived her right to anonymity to tell her story. Last week, Kenneth Owen from Warwickshire and his colleague Alan Todd were jailed for cruelty to 9 young people at the home in the 1980s.
2 men have appeared in court charged with murdering a fast food wholesaler during an attempted robbery at a warehouse. Actor Javid was shot at his business premises in Birmingham.
And Aston Villa is at the centre of a social media controversy after Jolyon Lescott admitted on Twitter that he and the team weren't committed to the game against Liverpool yesterday, in which they lost 6-0. It comes after he sent a picture of an expensive Mercedes soon after the defeat, which he later said was an accident.
The ITV Evening News is coming up next. Samin is back with a late bulletin here at 10:30. But from all of us here for now, goodbye.
Bye-bye.
No, no.
The gap narrows. The new poll that shows a big increase in those who want to quit Europe. It reveals a significant swing towards leaving since David Cameron's outline deal with EU leaders. This as the Prime Minister is in Paris tonight at the beginning of a last frantic round of talks in Europe. I'm live in the city of York as we begin a week of coverage gauging opinion across Britain on the road to referendum.
Also on the programme.
We have a medical issue with one of the pilots after a laser incident after takeoff.
Calls to toughen up laws on lasers after a Virgin airliner has to turn back. The crisis in mental health funding, a report slams thousands of unnecessary deaths. And a campaign to save the historic custom of writing our laws on vellum.
This is the ITV Evening News with Mark Austin in York and Mary Nightingale in the studio.
Good evening from York, where tonight we begin a special week of coverage at a crucial moment for Britain and Europe. By Friday, David Cameron hopes to have a deal to put to the British people in a promised referendum. Tonight he's in Paris, starting another frenetic round of negotiations with European leaders. This week on the Evening News, we'll be gauging opinion right across the UK. We start in this historic city tonight with the results of an ITV News national poll that suggests the gap between those who want to remain and those in favour of leaving is narrowing sharply. It also shows that control over EU migration is the biggest issue when it comes to how people will eventually vote. Deputy Political Editor Chris Shipp, also in York this evening, reports on the road to referendum.
Will the grass be greener if the UK stayed in the European Union or left it? It's the big question each and every one of us will have to consider in all likelihood this summer. So on a turf farm just south of York this morning, we asked the owner if he wanted to grow his grass inside the EU